I'd like to use this time to talk about the Tykr Roadmap. I want to say thank you for your feedback over the years. We really place a high priority in what you want added to the tool. We do place that as a higher priority, so we could not have made it this far without you. Now, there are really three ways we collect information to prioritize what we work on. So number one would be we use our roadmap tool, which you can find in the email newsletters that go out like once a week. And then also the footer of the Tykr.com website, you will see roadmap. You can click that and you can add features and then upvote. And we do try to place a higher priority on the features with the most votes. However, there are two other ways we like to prioritize what we work on. So another way is email. We do love it when you guys provide feedback, a little more detail on what you're looking for and the why. Why do you want something added? Typically, if I'm looking for a why, I may respond to that email and kind of drill in a little bit. But I also like to jump on the third technique, which is jumping on Zoom calls to really unpack like what features are you looking for? How does it remove pain? And then kind of filter that through, okay, does it make sense to our audience, which the majority of our audience are beginners. At least 80% of our audience are really new to the stock market. But again, really want to say thank you for your feedback. I know when we first launched, this was in July of 2020, our platform was not pretty. It needed a lot of love. So we've gone a long way, and we want to give you guys the credit for, again, giving us that feedback. So what I'd like to do next is give you a little demo of what we're working on next, give you a timeline of the next features that'll be coming out here very soon. So this May, we have some cool stuff coming. So check this out. Number one would be ETFs. This has been a hot request. So let's take a look at my screen. I'll show you what this looks like. So on the left here, right below stocks, you'll see ETFs. And if you go to the bottom, you can see we're starting with about 2,000 ETFs at the moment, which is a good start. We will continue to increase that number, but we wanted to get something out for you. And then let's click on an ETF. I'm just going to click on... Okay, so we'll go to VOO. This is the Vanguard 500 Index. You can see the price of this ETF. You can add it to your alerts. You can add it to the watch list. And then down below, you can see what's in the ETF. This is really cool. So you can see, all the stocks within, or a good majority. And then if you go to the right, you can see what is the weight, what percentage of this fund is this particular stock. So you can see Apple is about 6%, Microsoft is 5.5%, and the list goes on. So you can really do that with all the ETFs in the platform. All right, so let's take a look at another feature we've been working on here. Underlying metrics. So we wanted to make this a little easier to understand. This will be another step in the right direction to make it more user-friendly. But you can see, if you click here, you can see the ROIC, EPS growth rate. Really, what does that mean? And then give you a rating or give you an indicator of what it looks like. Another feature we're adding, this was a hot request, analyst ratings. Who else out there is talking about the stock? And are they giving an indication that the price is going up or going down? So it's really a red light, green light situation. Obviously, we want people to land on this page. And if they're looking to buy, they're looking for more green. If they're looking to sell, they'd be looking for more red. So as we can see here in this example, Apple, you can see a lot of green in this case. That's a good sign. Okay, another feature here I'm not able to demo right here, but that would be CSV Imports. And this will be for both your portfolio tracker as well as your watch list. So if your broker, and most brokers have export CSV, you could probably export Excel as well. But what we do is we can take that CSV file, you can import it right into Tykr, and it's really easy to use. I did some testing this week, and it's pretty slick. It kind of steps you through the process, connects your stocks, and within seconds, depending on how long your list is, it can upload the stock. It's awesome. So that'll be a big time saver. You don't need to update your portfolio manually. You still can if you want to, but the CSV import will be a huge time saver. So that's what's coming in May. This is coming very quickly around the corner. Then in June and July timeframe here, I can't give any firm deadlines here, but some of the features coming soon include holdings. So when you go to each stock, you go to the tabs, you'll see holdings. You can see who are the biggest shareholders of each stock. And for example, one of Apple's biggest shareholders is Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger's company. And then you can see, are they buying more or selling more? And what we'll also do in the near future, this won't come in June, maybe soon after, but within your daily email, we want to add that section as well, like of the stocks on your watch list, who is buying more and who is selling more. Just to give you a little transparency there. And moving on here, we have executive compensation. Wasn't the biggest request, but it was actually like a really easy effort to add to the tool. We did get some requests, but it gives you transparency on, who are the leaders, not just a CEO, but who else is in that C-suite? What is their compensation? Just gives you a little transparency into who's running the company. Also, a dividend calendar we'll be adding. Next up, I'd like to show you the trade journal. This has actually been a really hot request. So this is just a design within Figma, a design platform, before it moves over to our engineering team. With this, you can click on Trade Journal. Leads you to this page, very similar user interface to what you see on the watch list and portfolio page. But when you click Add New Note, this little pop-up gives you a date. You can change your date if you like. Add your notes. You can kind of see it populate. And then you'll see what your notes look like. And let's just move one screen over so you can add multiple notes. You can pin your favorites to the top if you've got 20 some notes on this stock. You can prioritize your favorites. You can also edit, so you can make changes to the date, the text, so on and so forth. But really wanted something super easy to keep track of your favorite stocks. Okay, so now let's look at a next major milestone here. This is coming in hopefully maybe late July, maybe early August. Again, can't commit to anything, but we are hard at work on the iOS and Android app. Again, this has been our top request, so we cannot wait for that feature. Also, another hot request have been new charts and graphs. A lot of people are looking for an improvement there, so we're looking for a better design, a little easier to use. And then another big one is ChatGPT. So we know with the 4M checklist on each stock, it can be a little more difficult to get through the meaning moat management, especially that moat part. That's the finding the competitors. We've been doing testing with ChatGPT and it works like a charm, finding the competition. So that'll be one feature we actually want done for you, 4Ms, which will be a big win. Also, the ability to find similar stocks right now in the similar stocks tab on each stock landing page. Another feature with ChatGPT is like an investing assistant that will help answer questions along the way. And we've been playing with that, doing some tests on, if I like this stock, what other stocks would you recommend? What's a good starting point? Stuff like that. So it's pretty cool what you can do with this tool. It's just some testing to make sure we're finding accurate. It's giving us back accurate information. The key is, and some of you who are getting into the artificial intelligence and ChatGPT space, the work really falls into what's called prompting, the amount of questions you have to put into the tool first to get back the correct information. So we're really doing our best to provide the right rigor around the prompts. Another thing we're working on are enhancements to the portfolio tracker. There are little nuances we want to add, such as cash. If you were to sell shares, it would turn into like a cash bucket. There's other bells and whistles we want to add there, but it is a popular feature, so we want to kind of lean into that and make improvements. And then over time, maybe end of year, maybe beginning of 2024. This is a big deal for us. It's going to be a lot of work, but we have identified another data provider that can take us from 30,000 stocks to 60,000 stocks around the globe, as well as add real-time pricing. Now, keep in mind, we will be able to add real-time pricing for the US, Canada, and EU, so European countries. Not all countries will have real-time pricing. Do keep in mind that your broker typically does not have real-time pricing as well. It's in most cases, it's a 15-minute delay. For example, E-Trade is a 15-minute delay, so it's not actually quote unquote real time. But we're going to do our best to get close to real time so you see those tickers change quickly. But yeah, that's a high-level overview of what we're working on next. Again, May, cannot wait for ETFs, ETF alerts, underlying metrics, analyst ratings of the CSV import. But a lot of cool stuff coming out. Thank you again for your support, ongoing feedback. The questions and comments you provide to us either through email or on that roadmap tool has been a huge value add. So keep it coming and we'll do our best to improve the tool. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.